his teeth because he was the one who tamed the Dragon Kings. It was that same 3-story palace, and the protagonist said that he was actually from another world. Then the crescent moon was visible in the dark sky. About continuing to be in the same palace under the rays of the sun, Lloyd said that he changed the unfortunate fates around him for the better, but the king did not care. Again, half the moon illuminated the night sky. It was that same palace under the rays of the sun, and Lloyd continued to say that it still shows him that these people will die, following their original destiny. Then the full moon eclipsed the night sky. A bright light illuminated this huge palace building. The blonde guy was lying on the couch, his eyes closed. The Dragon King was sleeping on the couch, drooling as he realized that it was strange to him that by this point his cheap alarm clock had been going back and forth many times, hearing that horrible sound. Then he began to open his eyes slightly. He saw Lloyd sitting in front of him, his body slumped. The blonde guy stared at the dejected Lloyd and asked him what he was doing without waking him up. The main character scratched his head with a malicious smile and said that he hadn't been able to wake him up for 10 days. The Dragon King, sweating, popped his eyes out in surprise. A moment later, he sweated even more and drooped. He looked at the main character angrily and asked him if he had really gone crazy and wanted to die. The protagonist only smiled in response and said that he was joking. The blonde guy was indignant and sweating. The brown-haired man tilted his body in alarm and bulged his eyes, saying that this could really happen if he didn't listen to him to the end and didn't give an answer. The blonde guy continued to lie on the couch slightly, his mouth slightly open. He immediately bulged his eyes and said that even leniency has a line and Lloyd should know how easily he could destroy him and his family. The protagonist fell to his knees, leaning on his hands. He sat on his knees and lowered his head opposite the guy, saying that he knew that he was aware of the risk he was taking, daring to threaten the Dragon King. The main character slightly closed his lips and asked if the chance was so great that the Dragon King's risk was greater. Lloyd sat on his knees in front of the Dragon King sprawled on the couch and said that he could cut off his limbs and rip out his heart after he had to look for another alarm clock.